Hello, my friend, and welcome to Pro Wrestling Daily. My name is Aaron Machbitz. 2025 has been dominated by John Cena's farewell tour. Most elite athletes or great performers in sort of any domain don't usually get to go out on their own accord, on their own terms, and it's amazing to be able to witness John Cena for one last year and to really give this man his flowers as the greatest sports entertainer of all time. So 2025 was dominated by John Cena and his farewell tour, and on December 13th, we say goodbye to John Cena as an active professional wrestler. But what's going to happen in 2026? Will there be more retirements in 2026? Because it's already been confirmed that AJ Styles will potentially retire in 2026. Now, I know I said it's been confirmed, but you never really know. And as of late, AJ Styles has been putting on some absolutely incredible matches, whether it's against John Cena during the farewell tour or whether it's his tag team action during Monday Night Raw. AJ Styles is still on another level, and John Cena is on record saying that AJ Styles is the best to ever do it. But AJ has said that when he reaches the age of 48, he wants to step away, which is next year in 2026. So it's sort of confirmed, sort of not confirmed, but most likely we will see the retirement of AJ Styles in 2026. Now, rumors are swirling that we're also going to see the retirement of Chris Jericho and Brock Lesnar. Now, the Brock Lesnar one makes sense to me, right? Because we know that Gunther right now currently retired Goldberg earlier this year. He's going to retire John Cena on December 13th. My prediction is that Gunther will make John Cena tap out, and Gunther will now have Goldberg and John Cena under his belt as sort of those guys that he retired, or sort of the new legend killer type of old school mentality that Gunther is bringing to the table. And then to really elevate Goldberg into another stratosphere in terms of like actual star power is if he retires Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania 42. Brock Lesnar is old. His career is winding down. He doesn't really need to do any more in the WWE. And so I think it would be a perfect time to really build Gunther and Brock Lesnar. Huge, massive clash at WrestleMania 42. And then Gunther makes Brock Lesnar tap right in the middle of the ring. And then Brock Lesnar jets off into the sunset. Brock Lesnar is kind of a person, at least I think, that doesn't really need a huge farewell tour. He'll just ride off into the sunset, and you'll never see Brock Lesnar in the public eye again. That's really who Brock Lesnar is. He's one of the best sports entertainers and sellers and wrestlers and athletes we've ever seen in WWE. And I think a really good culmination of that could be him retiring at WrestleMania 42 after an amazing feud and match with Gunther, where Gunther taps him out and Brock Lesnar rides off into the sunset. Now Gunther in a calendar year has retired Goldberg, John Cena, and Brock Lesnar, and now that catapults Gunther into like the Cody Rhodes, Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns, sort of Drew McIntyre sphere. I think he might already be there, but he needs just a little bit extra star power. He needs a little bit extra sort of mainstream appeal, and he's getting that currently with this sort of press tour he's doing for John Cena's last match. But I think that could be incredible, and so we might see there where Brock Lesnar retires and again rides off into the sunset. I don't know what's going to happen with AJ Styles' whole retirement tour, but there's going to be something really special for AJ Styles. He's one of the most well-liked and well-respected competitors in the whole industry, whether that be in TNA, on the independents, with AEW wrestlers, with WWE wrestlers. Every single person loves AJ Styles, and every single wrestler has learned from how good AJ Styles is in the ring and how many aspects of his game are so fucking solid. That's why John Cena makes the claim that AJ Styles is the best to ever do it. And then you have Chris Jericho, which is more of an interesting one because Chris Jericho is not currently signed with WWE. The rumor is that he's going to return at the Royal Rumble. Of course, he's not going to win the Royal Rumble. That would be insane. And then he's going to have one last run with WWE. And then at some point, Chris Jericho will retire from his like 45-year professional wrestling career. It's not 45 years. Maybe it's 40 years. Maybe it's 30 years. Whatever. Chris Jericho has been wrestling a very long time. He had an illustrious career with WWE, a subpar career in AEW, but he did help them get TV deals and notoriety and mainstream appeal. But he will come back and re-sign with WWE and have his sort of farewell retirement type tour with WWE, potentially retiring at WrestleMania as well. Maybe you see Brock Lesnar retire at WrestleMania Night 1, and you see Chris Jericho retire WrestleMania Night 2, and then you see AJ Styles maybe retire at the very end of the year. So potentially in 2026, you could have three of the greatest WWE superstars to ever exist retire in the same calendar year. You lost John Cena the year before. So who are the big stars that are going to step up? Well, I think obviously we're seeing Braun Breaker, right? CM Punk is very old. Roman Reigns is a part-timer. What's Cody Rhodes doing? What's Seth Rollins doing? Right? So Kevin Owens is going to return. LA Knight is going to win the Royal Rumble and potentially win a world title. Right? Jey Uso is back in the tag team division. What other stars from NXT are you going to see rise? Are you going to see Ethan Page? Are you going to see Ricky Saints? Are you going to see those guys come to the main roster and really blossom in upper mid-card levels? Are you going to see Austin Theory back in action? Are you going to see Braun Breaker really be the star that he can be, right? Are you going to see Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns maybe work an actual full-time schedule? I mean, Cody Rhodes does, but Roman Reigns does not. Are you going to see them, give a world title to Drew McIntyre? What's Seth Rollins going to do when he returns? All of these things have to happen, and then all of those things have to happen as well as building the stars underneath. So when you lose John, Brock, Chris Jericho. I mean, Chris Jericho's not with WWE anymore, but you get sort of my point, right? And you lose AJ Styles. Eventually, you're going to lose CM Punk and Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins. Maybe not for years to come, but years to come allows you to build new superstars going into the next age. LA Knight is not a young man, right? His time is right now. But you have Ethan Page and Ricky Saints. I mean, those guys aren't young. They've been on the indies and other companies for a very long time, but they're new to the WWE universe. And Braun Breaker and Brunson Reed and all these types of people who are going to take over, and it's going to be very interesting to see where Gunther and Seth Rollins and Kevin Owens and Roman Reigns and Drew McIntyre and Cody Rhodes fit into there and how they mold and build these new stars of the future, because in 2026 we're going to see three potential retirements alongside the 2025 retirement of John Cena. So I'm very excited for the whole thing. I love, giving people their flowers while we can. I think appreciating the superstars we have while we have them is so important, and then also building and recognizing the new stars of the next stage is also really cool to see them blossom and build and become sort of the best versions of themselves inside of sort of the WWE universe. That's all really cool. I'd love to know what you think in the comments down below, and then like this video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you next time. Lots of love. Cheers.